The kitten I adopted out of spite. My daughter Emma and I went to the animal shelter every Saturday for like 2 years. She was going through this rough patch as a teenager, and cuddling kittens was basically free therapy for her. We're sitting in the kitten room one Saturday when this little girl walks in with her dad. She looked maybe 6 or 7 years old, wearing this fancy pink dress like she was going to a birthday party. The second she sees the kittens, she just starts grabbing them, not gently picking them up like a normal person. I'm talking full-on yanking them by their legs like they're stuffed animals. One tiny gray kitten tries to get away from her and she goes, "Ew, this one's ugly. Why does it have weird spots?" Then she picks up this black kitten who's clearly scared and trying to hide. The kitten does what any terrified animal would do and swipes at her with its tiny claws. This girl literally smacks the kitten on the head and goes, "Bad kitty, don't scratch me." My daughter Emma is watching this whole thing with her mouth hanging open. I'm getting more pissed off by the second, but I'm trying not to cause a scene. Then this little brat spots the only orange and white kitten in the room. He's this super calm, sweet little guy who's just sitting there minding his own business. She snatches him up and starts bouncing him around like he's a basketball. The poor kitten is just hanging there looking terrified while she's going, "Daddy, I want this one. This one's pretty." Her dad barely looks up from his phone and goes, "Are you sure, sweetie?" "Yes, I want the orange one." She keeps holding this kitten up in the air, spinning him around, basically treating him like a toy. The kitten's trying to squirm away, but she's got him in this death grip. I'm watching this and thinking, there's no way in hell this kid is taking home that poor kitten. So I stand up real casual and walk over to the wall where they keep all the adoption cards. Each kitten has their own little card with their info and medical history. I find the card for the orange kitten and quietly slip it into my purse. The little girl keeps manhandling this kitten for another 10 minutes while her dad fills out paperwork. She's squeezing him, holding him upside down, just being absolutely awful. Finally, I walk over to them and put on my nicest voice. "Excuse me, but we're actually adopting that kitten. We already have his paperwork." The little girl whips around and glares at me. "No, he's mine. I picked him first." Her dad looks up from his phone all confused. "What's going on?" I pull out the adoption card and show it to him. "We visited this little guy earlier today. We've already started his paperwork. I'm really sorry for the confusion." The dad looks at the card, then at his daughter, then back at me. You can see the wheels turning in his head. "Sweetie," he says to his daughter, "they have his card. We need to pick a different kitten." That's when this kid completely loses it. And I mean completely. She starts screaming at the top of her lungs like someone's murdering her. "No, I want the orange one. He's mine." Everyone in the shelter turns to stare at us. The volunteers come running over to see what's happening. The dad tries to calm her down, but she's having none of it. She's still clutching this poor, terrified kitten while having a complete meltdown. "Pick another kitten, honey. There are lots of other cute ones." "No, they're all ugly. I only want this one." She's sobbing and screaming and stomping her feet. The kitten is trying so hard to get away from her. Finally, the dad has had enough. "Give me that kitten right now." And this little psycho actually throws the kitten across the room, just hurls him like he's garbage. Emma jumps up and catches the poor little guy before he hits the wall. He's shaking and meowing pitifully. The dad grabs his daughter by the arm and marches her out of there while she's still screaming about wanting the orange kitten. We named him Otis. That was 7 years ago, and he's been the most amazing cat ever. He sleeps on Emma's bed every night, follows us around the house, and has never once scratched or bitten anyone.